Hello everybody. In this session, we will be using FET simulation tool to explain the characteristics of parallel circuit. Now, I will be using circuit construction kit AC plus DC as a FET simulation tool. Now, we need to connect few resistors in parallel to explain various characteristics. Now, to connect resistors in parallel, two options are there. We can take a resistor component here, or to have the visual representation, we can also take the light bulb. So let us take a few light bulbs. I will be using light bulb as a resistance, and I will be connecting these three light bulbs in parallel across a DC voltage source. So I will be taking a battery as a DC voltage source. In order to switch on the or switch off the supply, I will be taking the switch. Now I need to connect these three bulbs in parallel. For that, wires will be required that will act as a conductor. To have a good representation, I am taking little bit more wires so that the diagram appears good or connection appears in a nice manner. Now we have to connect like this. These free dots in wire are the representation of free electrons, as we discussed in the last session. This vertical portion I will connect like this, and finally this side I need to connect. Let us take one more wire like this. So here our connections are over. Now three bulbs are connected in parallel because there are two common points between which these three bulbs are connected. Now as this switch is open, no current is flowing and these bulbs are turned off. Now first of all, we will check whether our connection is correct or not. For that, let us close this switch. As soon as we close this switch, electrons start moving, so current will flow through each bulb and bulbs are glowing. So our connection is correct. Now let us adjust the values. For that, let us keep resistance of first bulb as say 50 ohm. Let us keep resistance of second bulb as say 80 ohm. Some random values I am taking. Let us keep resistance of third bulb as 100 ohm. Now let us adjust the battery voltage to say 100 volt. I will click here on show values. Now I will close the switch. Now as soon as I close the switch, current starts flowing, electrons are moving and these bulbs are on. If you want to see the schematic representation, click on schematic. If I click on schematic, this battery is appearing as a long line and short line. Electron always flow from the short line to long line, that is negative to positive. Long line indicate positive, short line indicate negative. Again switching to the lifelike representation. Now we will discuss the characteristics one by one. The first characteristic of parallel circuit is that voltage across each resistor is same. For that, I will be required to measure the voltage. So I will be taking the voltmeter. There is a red probe and black probe. Red probe, if I connect here, and black probe, if I connect here, then I am measuring voltage of this point with respect to this. So how much is the voltage? It is 99.999, so close to 100. Now if I measure voltage across each bulb, it should be again close to 100. Let us check. Voltage across first bulb, it is again 99.992, close to 100. Voltage across the second bulb, 99.99, again close to 100. And voltage across the third bulb, again 99.99, means voltage across each resistor connected in parallel is same, and that is equal to the supply voltage in our case. So we have verified the first characteristic. Now coming to the second characteristic, which says that total current in the circuit is equal to sum of current in its parallel branch. For that I will be requiring the ammeter, so I will remove this voltmeter. Now two options are there, non-contact ammeter and normal ammeter. Now I will be taking non-contact ammeter because I don't want to disturb the connection and measure the current. I just have to hover this ammeter over a particular path to measure the current. Now let us consider the total current. So total current is 4.25 ampere. Now let me note down this in the Excel file. So total current I am getting as 4.25 that we are getting. Now we will measure the current through each path, through each bulb. Now current flowing through first bulb, it is 2 ampere. Now let me note down this, 2 ampere. Current flowing through the second bulb is 1.25 ampere. 1.25, and current flowing through the third is 1 ampere. Now how much is the total current supplied? It is 4.25. Now this 4.25 should be sum of current in its all parallel branches. So if I add this, if I click on auto sum, so we are getting 4.25 ampere. So what does it mean? Total current supplied by the source is equal to sum of current flowing in each parallel branch. Okay, so that is the characteristic number 2. We can also understand this characteristic by applying Kirchhoff's current law at this node. Algebraic sum of all incoming current will be equal to algebraic sum of all outgoing current. Now the next characteristic number 3, which says that reciprocal of total resistance, that is equivalent resistance, is equal to sum of reciprocal of individual resistance. Now how much is the individual resistance of first bulb? 50, second 80 and third 100. Now let me enter this here. So R1 is 50, R2 is 80, R3 is 100. Now I have substituted formula here. So 1 upon RT is 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. So RT will be reciprocal of that. So for that I have written here 1 upon C4 plus 1 upon D4 plus 1 upon E4. So these cells I have taken. So equivalent resistance we are getting as 23.53. Now we will check whether our answer is correct or not. We can also determine total resistance by taking total voltage divided by total current. Now let me take total voltage, it is 100, and how much is total current? 4.25. So 100 upon 4.25. So to verify this, let us take a calculator. 100 divided by 4.25. So it is 23.53. So as you can see, our answer is verified. So reciprocal of equivalent resistance is equal to sum of reciprocal of individual resistance. So that characteristic also we have verified. Now the next characteristic number 4, which states that total resistance of parallel circuit is smaller than the smallest resistance in the circuit. So that characteristic is also easily verified. Total resistance is 23.53, which is smaller than the smallest. So in this case it is R1, which is 50 ohm. So equivalent resistance or total resistance is smaller than the smallest of resistance. So characteristic number 4 is verified. Coming to the next characteristic number 5, which says that total power dissipated in a circuit is equal to sum of power dissipated by each resistance. So what we need to verify here, we have to calculate power taken by each bulb. So if I add power taken by each bulb, so that will be the total power dissipated. In this case, that will be the total power supplied by a source. Now in order to calculate the power taken by each resistor, we will be requiring the voltage across each bulb and current flowing through each bulb. Now voltage across each bulb, already we have calculated, it is 99.99, so that is close to 100. So 99.99, so that is the voltage across each bulb. Now let me take this. So voltage across each bulb is 99.992. So I will put these values here. Total voltage is also 99.992. Now next we require the current. So that current also we have measured. Just I will put these values, just copy paste. Now how we will calculate the power? So electric power is voltage into current. Now this power P1 will be equal to V1 into I1. Enter. So 199.984. Now P2 will be equal to this V2 into I2, and this P3 will be equal to this V3 into I3. So these are the power taken by each bulb. Now how we will calculate the total power? We know the total voltage and total current is also known. It is 4.25. Let me put here. So this total power will be equal to total voltage into total current. Now this should be the total power, that is total voltage into total current. Now if I add P1 plus P2 plus P3, I should get this value. For that, let me copy these values here. P1, P2 and P3. And if I add this, if I click on auto sum, and as you can see, total power PT is P1 plus P2 plus P3, and by this method also, that is total power is total voltage into total current. So by both ways we are getting same values. So what does it mean actually is that total power supplied by the source will be equal to sum of power taken by each resistance, or in other words, total power dissipated will be equal to sum of power taken by each resistance. Okay. Now coming to the last characteristic, which says that as number of resistance connected in parallel increases, current supplied by the circuit also increases. Now to verify this, now consider this situation where three bulbs are connected in parallel, and once again we will measure the current. How much is that current? 4.25 ampere. Now if I add one more resistance, then current will increase. For that, so let me make little bit space here. So I want to add one more resistance. So I will take one more light bulb, take a wire. Now I need to delete this. I have to connect like this, then connect this wire, connect. For that we need to delete this, connect like this, and finally this. Right. Now let us adjust resistance of fourth bulb as 40 ohm. Click on show values. Now if I close that switch, now whatever current is flowing, total current, it will be more than previous value. Previous value was how much? 4.25. Now current will be increased. Let us check that. Yes, now current has increased to 6.75 ampere. The reason is that we can explain this in two ways. One way is that as you go on increasing number of resistance in parallel, your equivalent resistance reduces. So therefore, your supply current, it will increase, because by Ohm's law, supply current is total voltage by total resistance. So that is one way of explaining. And second way is that if you apply the Kirchhoff's current law at this node, then this total current will be equal to sum of these four currents. So I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3 plus I4. In previous case, it was I equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. Okay, now there is additional current I4, and remaining three currents are same irrespective of how many resistances are connected in parallel, because all are getting the same voltage. Okay, so what we have understood is that as we go on increasing number of resistances in parallel, supply current will go on increasing. Okay, so that is characteristic number 6. So here we have explained all the characteristics with the help of FET simulation tool. So summarizing, these are the characteristics of parallel electric circuit. So I hope you have understood what are the various characteristics of parallel electric circuit and how to use a FET simulation tool to construct a parallel circuit. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe the channel for all the updates. Thank you.